Hey guys, what's up? It's Yijin Cheng here, and this is the Vido W8X. Vido, also known as Window, not to be confused with Microsoft Windows, is definitely not a new kid on the block when it comes to tablets, but they have been rather quiet lately. This is Vido's first Cherry Trail tablet and part of the first wave of Cherry Trail tablets as well. This tablet, although one of the cheapest Cherry Trail tablets, faces some stiff competition from other more established brands like Cube and Teclast. This is also one of the smallest 8-inch tablets to date, trading blows with the Samsung Galaxy Tab S2 in terms of size. So first let's talk about the build quality. The Vido W8X is very compact for an 8-inch tablet. It's smaller than both the Cube T8 and the Chewy Hi8. It's even smaller than the Dell Venue H7000, which is one of the most compact 8-inch tablets so far. It's really easy to hold in one hand, and the tablet isn't too heavy either because it's plastic. However, it's not very thin at 9mm. The headphone jack, MicroHDMI, and MicroUSB port are located up top. The MicroSD card is located on the left, and the power and volume buttons are on the right. The back of the tablet is plastic that feels very much like the plastic on a ThinkPad. It doesn't feel very premium, but it feels quite cheap actually, but it's really durable. You can find the camera, Vido logo, speakers, and labels for all the ports on the back. The build quality of this tablet is pretty solid, but feels quite cheap because of the plastic being used. However, it is one of the most compact 8-inch tablets you can buy to date, which is definitely a selling point. So let's talk about the display next. The 8-inch display has a 1280 by 800 resolution, which is a great aspect ratio for watching movies or reading comics, as you don't get any letterboxing. The color reproduction on the screen is very accurate. While the Cube T8 was a little yellow and the Chewy Hi10 was a little blue, the Vido W8X was almost bang on accurate. I'm extremely satisfied with the colors this panel produces. Regarding the brightness of the screen, I have reached out to Vido for an exact brightness, but they have not replied. However, maximum brightness is around 350 nits, which is quite good for such a cheap 8-inch tablet. Viewing angles are pretty good as well. One thing to note is that there is no Gorilla Glass here, just regular old glass, so do be careful with it when you place it on the ground. I'm generally quite satisfied with the display here. While it's not the brightest of displays, colors are completely accurate and are a pleasure to look at. Let's talk about the speaker. There is a single mono speaker on the back of the tablet. Let's see how good the speaker sounds. The volume of the speakers is quite good. You'll be able to listen to loud music in loud environments, no problem. The speaker quality, however, is not very good. There is no bass at all, only high levels. The song I'm listening to, It's All About That Bass, has absolutely no bass. I switched to Gangnam Style, which the music has some bass, but I heard none of it here. The speaker quality here is not good at all, but the volume is not bad. So next let's talk about the battery. There is a rather small 4200 mAh battery powering this tablet. With the new Cherry Trail chipset, which draws a lot more power than the older Bay Trail chipsets, the small battery might not do as well. The product page says it will get about 3 hours of video playback time, which is frankly quite terrible. Let's hope the battery tests say otherwise. I first reloaded a web page every 10 seconds using the Microsoft Edge browser, and the tablet lasted for 2 hours and 45 minutes. I then looped a standard definition video until the tablet died. It lasted for 3 hours and 23 minutes. Looks like they estimated the battery capacity right. My usage in real life matches these tests. The tablet lasted for about 8 hours in total with 1 hour of screen on time. I was browsing the web, reading manga, and browsing the Windows Store, so nothing too intense. You will need to charge this tablet daily and maybe even during the middle of the day. Why is battery life so bad? Well, one reason is overheating, and we will talk about that later. In conclusion, the battery life is definitely not a selling point in this tablet. So let's talk about software and performance next. This tablet runs Windows 10 and it runs it pretty well. General use is quite responsive and launching apps is really quick as well. Windows 10 as a tablet operating system is quite good as long as it's in tablet mode. Office Mobile is pre-installed on this tablet and is extremely useful as well, and the best thing is that you don't need to buy a key to use it. I've also heard reports that certain tablets don't come with an activated version of Windows, which means you have to buy Windows unactivated, and I was pretty scared about this tablet. However, this tablet does come with a pre-activated version of Windows. If you run more than 4 to 5 apps at once, this tablet gets really warm in the center right about here. It does cool down with time though. The new Cherry Trail chip in this tablet is ideal for light gaming, as the graphics chip is much more powerful than in the Bay Trail tablets. I could run most games no problem, including Hearthstone, which is surprisingly intense for a card game. It took up more resources than Asphalt 8. However, once you start up any kind of game that is more intense than Candy Crush, for example Hearthstone, you get some major overheating. The back of the tablet gets hot to touch and the processor starts throttling back. This overheating problem isn't just here on the Vido tablet, but many other tablets with Cherry Trail chips get warm or hot quite quickly, like the Teclast tablet I tested as well. I ran Geekbench and got a score of about 700 for single core and 2100 for multi-core. The CPU doesn't show a huge increase in Cherry Trail over the Bay Trail, but the graphics chip shows a significant improvement over the Bay Trail chip. So let's talk about connectivity next. The Vido has Wi-Fi and Bluetooth wireless connectivity. Both work as expected and reception is as good as any other tablet or smartphone. It also has MicroHDMI, but I don't have a MicroHDMI to HDMI adapter, so unfortunately I couldn't test it. Sorry about that. If you're going to be using this tablet to take photos at weddings and vacations, well, just don't. It has a really bad back and front camera with an even worse lens on it, so it produces terrible photos in all situations. However, this is expected of a $97 tablet, so you really shouldn't be expecting iPhone level quality pictures here. So what is the verdict on one of the cheapest Cherry Trail tablets released so far? You have one of the smallest 8-inch tablets ever released with a new Cherry Trail processor, and it was launched at only $96, which means that it might actually be cheaper when you watch this review. However, this tablet is let down by its short battery life and overheating. If you can live with a short battery life and use the tablet very lightly, then it's an okay option. If not, then you might want to wait for Vido to solve the overheating problem. Hit the subscribe button below and click on any of the videos that should be popping up right about now.